Hi, and welcome to Rowbury Knits. My name is Keita and I live in Gavin and Stacey Land in South Wales with my husband Dan. So, what's occurring? Today I'm going to go through a lot of cast-ons, not whips, cast-ons. I have had a cast-on extra party, honestly. I don't know what's come over me this last week. I've had a bit of a maid as well this week, which I'll carry on with in the bits section. So I'm going to begin with what I'm wearing, which is the Lace and Cable cardigan by Patterns, whatever it's called. It's a free pattern and it's really nice. Like I say, cable and lace are my favourite things to knit. This is a slightly cropped version of the pattern, and their version has got lace on the sleeves as well and cable on the sleeves, but I decided against that. Thought I was going to run out of yarn, so I just did a smaller sleeve with a rolled hem. And then I found another ball, so I might lengthen the sleeves on this. I've got no buttons on the button band. I don't really do anything up, so there's no point putting buttons on there. And it's made in one of my favourite acrylic yarns, which is the James T. Brett double knitting with merino. This stuff is lovely. This is done in the cranberry colourway, and it is 70% acrylic, 20% silkenized soft polyamide, 10% merino wool. It's machine washable. It's 290 meters for 100 grams. This stuff is lovely. I absolutely love it. I got other stuff on the needles using this as well, so I really, really like it. Give it a go if you've never tried it. It's a really nice acrylic. So that's that out the way. So, like I said, I've had a cast-on party. I don't know why this has happened to me. I don't know why. I just can't explain it. It's been like a mad week, so I think that has something to do with it. But on Saturday, I'm going to Birmingham with some of my family and friends on a coach trip for the to go to the Bull Ring and do some shopping and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I use a chair to get me around when I go shopping and things. So while I'm in my electric chair, I do get quite cold. So I thought I'd make some mitts to go with my coat. I don't really like wearing coats, but I've got it's not wet robe, but you know, that type of thing. Dry robe, sorry, not wet robe. Dry robe is a long black coat, and it'll keep me warm while I'm in my chair, because obviously if you're not walking around, then you do get cold. So I thought I'd make some mitts to go to Birmingham, but I'm not really that pleased with how they've come out. So I've got them on a blocking mat at the minute. So these are them. Oh, I don't look too bad on camera. I've made up this pattern and I've used some graphs from, oops, let's take that off. I've used some graphs for the pattern. So I've done corrugated rib, and then I love these. I absolutely love these, but I can't think of the name of them. Anyway, one of them. Then I did a pattern out of the doodle book, and that's out of the doodle book. And then I did an extra long rib because these are damp at the minute, but I can pull it over like that, or if my fingers get cold, I can just leave it up. But also I've put a little thing in for I wonder if I can get this on and show you what I mean. I put a little thing for the thumb, so if I do need to use my hand, you know, my thumb as well. So that's what it would look like. Sorry, it's a bit of a mess because they're wet as well. And then I can pull my thumb out if I need to. So yeah, not too bad on camera, better on camera actually. But my gauge, man, it's just, oh, look how loose some of my stitches are. They're horrendous. I need to sort out my gauge. I did a tour of time on Magic Loop, but I need to sort the gauge out on my side. I don't know what it is. I think it's when I'm pulling, I always make sure that my floats are nice and loose. So that's never been an issue for me. But I think I'm not pulling tight enough when I'm going from one needle to the next. I think I'm conscious of pulling it too tight, and that the floats will be too tight at those junctions, and so I'm left with some uneven stitches. Anyway, yeah, cast on, and on the 2nd, I think it was, of November, and I cast off last night, so yeah, not too bad. I was going to do convertible ones, but I decided against it. So this is the other one. See, it's a bit of a mess on the back, but who sees that? I don't care. As long as they dry for Saturday, that's all I'm concerned about. Yeah, so they were done with Jan Smith's Merino DK in the black and rose pink colourway. I already had it in stash, so that was great. Didn't cost me anything. So now this one might be a bit of a contention, this one, because I've always wanted to make a dicky. Now, if you don't know what a dicky is, it's like a thick collared, no, it's not. It's a rolled over neckband thing. Oh my God, I don't know where my words are today, sorry. And then it's just the front of a jumper and the back of a jumper, and that is literally it. That's the easiest way to explain it, but I will put a picture of the pattern in here so you can see. And I've always wanted to make one, and I had the wool in stash, so I thought, like, scrolling around on you know, the deep rabbit hole that is Ravelry, and found this pattern. It is a paid for pattern, so I'm just starting the net. This isn't for me, by the way, so I just started the net, but I was a bit concerned. This is DK, and this is 76 stitches, but it seems, I mean, I've pulled it out and it's stretchy and everything, and I did a long tail cast on to make sure I got the stretch, but I don't know, that looks awful small. Well, go with it. So this is the Saddle Braid Dicky by Tracy Lane Knits, and I'm using the, now don't do this to me because I know I'll put you in here. Where's my band? Honestly, I'm not going to say it, but it's an S show today, if you know what I mean. I've had a mare with lighting, and now I can't find the band. Yeah, that's just great, isn't it? You know, thank God I'm not a professional. I'd be crying. Anyway, it is Hayfield's what is it? Soft Twist in copper. Now this yarn I've used quite a bit. I've used it for a V-neck cable jumper for my grandson. I've got something else on the hook, a diamond lace patterned cardigan, crocheted, in their purple colourway, and now I'm using it. It's really nice, but I find that some of the dyes take to the bases differently, obviously. So the purple, the one I got in purple, is much softer than this one. But yeah, I haven't done pads on that. I'm doing twisted rib. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I really am. The pattern when I put the picture up, you'll see the pattern is on the edging. I think she's done a bit of ribbing, and it looks a bit loosey-goosey, so I don't know. I might change the edging of it, but it basically is a neck warmer to keep you warm, and you can get them, put any patterns on it, I suppose, but I really wanted to have a go at this pattern. So yeah, so that is the Saddle Braid Dicky. So watch your space. This should be fun, I think. So that's another cast on, because I'm good at that. Next is the Nordic Bloom by Caitlin Hunter, and most people know Caitlin Hunter's amazing designer, and I absolutely love her. But I need your input on this one because I'm not too sure what I'm going to do. It's a steeked cardigan, and I'd bought some alpaca from Temu just to try it out to see what it was like. Yeah, so this is it. Alpaca, that's all it says, alpaca wool, and it says it's 95% alpaca wool and 5% acrylic, weight 100 grams, doesn't say the meterage or anything on there. It is not as soft as I wanted it to be, so I probably won't wear it like directly next to skin. This is meant to be for me, but I don't know. I'm going to see what happens. But the colorway, this colorway is called Hibiscus, and it's got like a purplish tinge to it as well. It's almost like a dull copper and a purplish color. And then I went to my stash and found there's a massive ball, 400 gram ball. Don't know what it is, but I know it's Aran, and this is Aran weight as well, of purple. And I thought, wow, that just goes perfectly. So I'll show you what it is. This is how much I've done on it so far. It's not very, sorry, I should have pulled it out and shown you a bit more. So what it does, it gives a low contrast colour work. Oh, sorry, I've had a nightmare with lighting today. Don't know if you can see that. There we go. So it is meant, you know, it is a low contrast, which is absolutely fine, because I don't mind that sometimes. But if you see it in real life, you can see the purple in the alpaca is almost identical to the purple I'm using there. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't have had a better match. Now, I've only steeked once before, and it didn't turn out the best, but I managed to salvage it. Now, I am sticking it. There's the stick stitches there. And I know this purple yarn is, I think it's got 20% wool in it. So I am taking a bit of a risk. I will do either a crochet or a sewn seam or whatever it is to hold it all in, hopefully. And so, yeah, it's working out not too bad, actually. I'm quite enjoying it because it's Aran as well. It's working out pretty quickly, but obviously because I've cast on so many things this week, I'm trying to I knit in bed as well, so I'm trying to knit my mitts in bed, knit this downstairs, start this one. I'm all over the place, honestly. Don't know what makes me do these stupid things. So yeah, so this is the Nordic bloom. It's like I'll put a picture up. It's like a big flowers, and then the top part of it is plain. So I'm just hoping when I stick it, oh God, I just hope that it works. Well, if it don't, it don't, you know. What can I do? And now the stitches have fallen off. Yeah, I'm having a great day. So let's put them back on so I don't lose them. Yeah, so this is the Nordic Bloom by Caitlin Hunter. Yeah, and like I say, I am really enjoying this. It is really good. And like I said, I have watched many podcasts of people who have used Temu wool, various kinds, obviously, because Temu don't produce it. The yarn companies do. But I was a little bit disappointed with this. I expected it to be softer. It has got a halo. You can't really see it on camera. It has got a halo. But yeah, I was hoping it would be softer. So that's taught me a lesson. Unless I can find one that is softer, then I'll just stick with this. So I think I've got 5 balls of this. So it should be enough. It is like a crop type cardi anyway, so yeah, that should be enough, hopefully. So that was that. And then next I'm gonna cast these on tonight. I don't know what got into me, honestly. So this is the, I'm sure you've all bought it before. This is sock wool from Aldi. This label, so it creates this pattern here. If you knit it plain, obviously. I use my own basic pattern for socks, you know, 64 stitches, blah 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 blah, 2 at a time. And this colour is called creme pink, So I'm going to cast them on tonight to do 2 at a time. It's not bad at all, actually, for sock wool. It's quite nice. It's a DK weight, this one, so it won't take me long. Yeah, but it's got a nice feel to it, this house. I haven't knitted socks with their sock wool before. I knitted a shawl. I think I did Stephen West one last year, so I knitted a shawl with that. And yeah, it's quite nice. I quite like that. It's quite good. Then I was watching a podcast last night and talk about enabling. So someone mentioned the One Love by Howie Locatelli. She is doing a mystery shawl, a one skein mystery shawl. The pattern's like £2.50 or something. I can't even remember what podcast I was watching. I'm so sorry. So I decided that I was going to cast that on. Of course. Why not? You're there. Might as well. So now I've lost it. Now I was just knitting on it. Yeah. This is my life, folks, honestly. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Oh, I'm having a mare. I might have to re-record this, I swear. So this is the starter. It's just a garter tab starter, and it's garter stitches there. So I've started that, well, about half hour ago, really. Thought I'd get some stitches on there while I can. So obviously I don't know what this is going to look like, but it's meant to be quite a simple, I think she calls it a simple shawl, actually. So this would be quite good to have a little go on. So yeah, so my one finished object was the mitts. I haven't really got much more this week because that's all I've been really doing, but I did finish a crocheted shawl, a crochet blanket, and I did a little doll blanket to match it for my great niece who was coming up for 2, and she absolutely loves these blankets for her babies. So I'd already made her a previous corner to corner small like little blanket, but I thought I'd do a matching ones with bows on. So I will insert a picture because she's already got it. So and I forgot to take a picture. So I will insert a picture here so you can see. And the yarn I used for that again is Aldi's So Crafty baby yarn. This is a ball of the this is chunky. This is the lilac, but I've done the blankets in the pink, but it was just to show you what one it was. It's the like chenille type one. Now I used 4 balls of this for this blanket. Now the blanket's not very big. I didn't want it to be very big. It was just like a lap blanket, not a lap blanket. She's only 2, so it's going to cover her. But just for downstairs while she's on the sofa with her babies and her dollies and stuff. So the first ball I used was lovely. I had no problems with it at all. I tell you what is good about this yarn is that it doesn't fluff everywhere, which other chenille yarns I've used have. But for the price point, I thought that was really, really good. And it's a chunky, so that's great. And I think I used a 9mm hook on these blankets. And then the next 3 balls, I kept getting the dreaded knots. Now, when it's cheap, you expect, don't you, 1 or 2 knots. Oh my God, the second ball was just, I nearly binned it. It was horrendous. I had knots everywhere, and I hate knots. I don't mind them for stuff for myself, but if I'm giving stuff to people, I don't like them. I just felt like the whole time I was just cutting and weaving in and cutting and weaving it. Absolutely terrible. But then you get the odd ball that's amazing. It's like there's no rhyme or reason, is there? I don't know how they do it. There's just no rhyme or reason. I believe it's not knitters that produce this stuff. Because if it was, there wouldn't be half as many knots. I'm convinced, honestly. Yeah, it just, other than it's got none of the fluff comes off, which is great. Other than that, I don't know. The knots really put me off. So I don't know. We'll see. I bought 4 balls of this colour as well, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Yeah, so that was that was that. Oh, did I say? Sorry, this is merino, this in the One Love. It is the Yarn Smith's Merino Decay in pale silver. Forgot to say that. I'm sorry about that. It seems like most of my stuff has been Yarn Smith's. But I'm using what I got in stash, so I'm a good girl, because I haven't bought any yarn this week. Oh, I tell a lie. I put a Temu order in, and I'm going to try some of their other stuff and see what that's like as well. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a short one this week, folks. I've had a manic time, a manic week of it, to be honest. So, anybody know of any wool shops in Birmingham, as in around the Bullring, because I won't have a car to go anywhere. But it, you know, around that area, if you do, let me know, because I'd like to maybe frequent and have a look. That's it for the yarny stuff. Now I'm going to go on to a bit of the stuff for the bit section. So if you've just come for the yarny stuff, then thank you very much for being here. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you will see me next week with much more to talk about and more progress on my whips and things like that. Oh, and I have to buy some progress keepers, because the whips I showed you last week I haven't touched this week. It's just been one of those weeks. So I need to get some progress keepers, because I've only got stitch markers. So I've ordered some stuff from Temu. I might make a few up myself. But if I'm out and about on Saturday and I find some in a shop or whatever, I'll get some then. So thanks again for watching, and hopefully I will see you another time. So into the bits section. So what's your thoughts on the Game of Wool show on Channel 4? I got to say, I enjoyed it overall. I thought that the judges could have been a bit more enthusiastic and a bit less jarring. I didn't think they come across that warm. And I've seen a lot of fuss on people moaning about this programme. Well, when you've got a short amount of time, obviously they're going to use bulkier wools to get the product done, because as you know, knitting takes time, especially when you're using thinner yarns. So I didn't have an issue with that. I was fully expecting it all to be chunky, to be honest, or super chunky or bulky. So I didn't have an issue with it at all. And I was a bit disappointed with their comments on the ombre sofa, because I thought it looked lovely. I know it's quite basic because you're using colours to get, you know, for the main thing of it. But there was some cables done in that time as well. I did feel sorry for the other team. It was very ambitious and didn't do as well. I don't know if the right person went home. I'm not going to comment on that. But overall, I did enjoy it, and I am going to keep watching it. But they're my thoughts on that. So I'm just going to give you a bit more thing about me and my likes and things now, because I haven't got much more to talk about really this week. So I'm a true crime fanatic. I watch loads of documentaries and podcasts, and I'm just really into it. I just love it, and I've heard some harrowing stories, especially when it comes to children. It's just, there's some sick people out there. And you can't believe that they're willing to do certain things to certain people, like people they supposedly love and stuff like that. And all these men who get their wives killed and think they're going to get away with it, and vice versa. And I'm like, are you stupid? What goes on in people's minds? So yeah, so I love my true crime. And at the moment, I think every day this week I've watched a Christmas film. Like Hallmark film or whatever. And I love them. Just give you that cozy feeling, and that, you know, just when you want to knit and not be bothered and just chill out if you can. So I want to just talk a little bit about skin condition I've got. So I have got psoriasis. I don't know if you've noticed on my arms. As you can see, there's some psoriasis there, some skin scarring and stuff. And I am between 1 and 3% of the population of the UK who has psoriasis. And this obviously has an impact on what I wear every day and my life in general, because having cracked, sore skin is obviously not just on my arms. I've got it in my nails, my scalp, my ears. I can't wear earrings because of it. And it is debilitating. But, you know, like with everything, it's autoimmune as well. But like with everything, you just got to get on with it, haven't you? So it doesn't stop me knitting. But saying that, if you've got sores on your nails and things, it can be impactful. But I just wanted to bring that up because it's the first time I've wore something shorter sleeved, and I just want to show you that, you know, it's all, actually this is more scar tissue now than it is, but I have got some active lesions now coming on my hands there. And yeah, I just wanted to point that out just in case there's anybody out there who was wondering. So that's about that. And the other thing I wanted to talk about a little bit is the podcasts that I watch. Not the true crime ones, because there's many of them, but the yarny ones, and who I'm watching at the moment. So obviously Denise from Dear Designs, lovely, lovely girl. Same goes for Mandy and Mouse's Mix. And I watch Wool and Wishes. I watch Ruth Lives to Knit. They're mainly like, who else? Leslie from Not Enough Yarn, who I absolutely adore, that lady. And she's so brave. But also I watch Grocery Girls from Canada and many other podcasters that, Chevy Ral, if you've heard of her, from, she's in the USA as well. I love Chevy, she's amazing. I watch many more as well, and I'll probably list more as time goes on. But yeah, that's it really. That's it. That's the people I watch. Please let me know what you've been up to this week. A little bit about what I've been up to this week is husband's been home from work ill most of the week, really rough, and you know, if we haven't gone to work, you know that he's ill. So I've been up and down the stairs like a million times this week. And then my daughter, who's pregnant, got electrocuted she was wiping her tiles in her kitchen, and the wet rag had gone into the plug socket and she had a tingle through her arms and stuff. So that was a worry. And she's got 2-year-old William as well. So it was like, dive up there. She lives about an hour away in the Rhondda Valley. So I had to drive up there, pick up William, bring him back, our little 2-year-old. And he's an absolute darling normally. But yesterday we had the terrible twos meltdown of the year. It was absolutely awful. Poor boy. He just could not relay what was wrong, and he was just a mess. He's teething like crazy. He's got back teeth coming through and he's really rough. Love him. And we were taking him to a play centre yesterday, me and my son. So we give him some Calpol and calmed him down and managed to get him dressed, get him out of the house, and he got in the car and within 30 seconds he'd fallen asleep. So I sat in the car for 3/4 of an hour with him, bless him, so we could have a good sleep. And then we took him to a play centre and he was quite good and he was fine. And then brought him home, and then husband had him for an hour or so I could try and sort out the hurricane that was my living room. So that was that. Daughter's fine, baby's fine, everything's worked out fine. So that's perfect. I'm so happy about that. And he went home about 6 o'clock last night. But all is good, and I love being a nan. It's like my favourite thing in the world. So like I said, I hope you've had time to craft this week, and let me know what you've been up to if you want to, or even if you don't, whether it's craft related or not, I don't mind. I love reading your comments, and thank you for all the support again, and please like and subscribe if you can, and I will see you next week. Thanks, bye.